Hey everyone, you're here with Josh Thomson, former Strikeforce Lightweight World Champion, and my co-host Sam Diggity. Go to iTunes for the full podcast. Also hit that subscribe button to be notified for new content. It's interesting. What's interesting to me is that I'm surprised that they let him go.
Yeah, they spent so much time and money promoting him, right?
Yeah.
And then I want to say he's on a 2-3 fight win streak. He's been winning lately, I believe.
Well, from what I understand, he decided to fight out of his contract and chest the free market agency. So I think they took that as a slap in the face. And what better way to go ahead and say, hey, we're just going to let him go because you're not showing any loyalty to us after all the things that we've done. And that reminds me a lot of what what Scott Coker did with Jake Shields. Like Jake Shields had just fought, just beat Dan Henderson, and then he was like, no, I'm going to test out the free market agency. And so then Scott was like, all right, well, I'm just going to cut you then. Go ahead and release you. I don't care if you're the champion, and see you later. And the same thing happened with Will Brooks. You know, Scott came in and tried to help basically, I wouldn't say renegotiate his contract, but said hey, you know what? I feel like you're the champion. Let's do a little bit. Just do you a favor. Let's up you a little bit because what you were getting paid when Bjorn was here wasn't enough. And so he didn't have to do that. He could have just made Will keep fighting out his fights. But from what I understand, it's like when guys want to fight and him and Hall over hey, the money that you agreed to sign. That's the biggest thing. When you agreed to sign a contract and you get paid that amount of money, you can't complain about it. I think later on you shouldn't have signed that many fights, or you shouldn't be arguing with the fact. Now, if they don't fight you in the time slot and the time frame that they were supposed to, then I can understand hey, I deserve to be fought a little bit more so I can actually make money to feed my family. That's different. But I would like to see more promotions, more people getting fed, and that makes it a lot more entertaining, because I think then you've got an opportunity for all these fighters to start saying well, you know what, I don't need to stay with the UFC, or I don't need to stay with ONE FC. I can go ahead and test out the free market agency wherever I go. Yeah.
So with Sage, I could see the UFC being a little butthurt because they're like, bruh, we've been promoting you. You're like our poster child, and it's not like he's not one of the top 5 guys performance-wise. I mean, he's on a win streak, but he hasn't beat those big names, or he's still young, right? I could see them being a little heated, oh, what? You want to test the free market? Cut.
Yeah.
I could see them being butthurt. But so, I don't know. Is that somebody Bellator would want to get just because he has a name? Because UFC kind of already spent a lot of money promoting his name. Could that help one of your cards? Do you think ONE FC?
I mean, realistically, the only fight I'd really like to see him fight would be him and MVP. It'd be like a real kind of flashy fight. That'd be about it, though. I really wouldn't care to see. What'd you say?
I was gonna say when you look at the tournament brackets for 170, it's it'd be scary to picture him in there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
if
you see him with Douglas Lima, I mean, he would get destroyed.
Yeah,
I mean, Roy McDonald would destroy him. MVP. The only one I would probably give him a little bit of a chance of, because of the way he moves and his movement, would be Paul Daly.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying that he would get out unscathed. I'm saying that I would only give him a chance because
I wouldn't have said Daly, but okay.
Well, because Daly fights with his emotions on his sleeves. He's very aggressive. If you don't stand in front of him and fight, he gets pissed off. We saw it with John Fitch when Fitch kept taking him down. He's cussing at him. Oh, guys, this is what you fucking signed. He was getting mad at the moment it was all happening. And so if he can't catch you because you're moving around and running, which is, I think it's going to happen when he fights MVP. And MVP is going to be able to land some clean shots because of the movement. Paul Daly reminds me a lot of a Nick and Nate Diaz. They just want you just to stand in front of you and just let's throw down. And I think a lot of
why they're fan favorites, bro.
But that's another reason why, with Daly, he hasn't been able to get to that title shot, is because of those type of fights.
Sometimes you feel are you really being as strategic as you think you can be?
You should be a little bit more strategic.
Or you just want to sit in the pocket and just start throwing. But
those make for great fights, man.
But you know what it takes me back to? That I know sometimes it's all about record and being the strategic fighter and all this, but I know I've said this a million times, but I love old school pride where I don't give a damn what your record is, man. Do I like watching this guy fight? Cool, he's going to fight this guy. This guy's going to fight this guy. This makes no fucking sense when it comes to top 10 rankings, doesn't matter.
I would not be against Bellator picking him up. I think he's young. I think he's definitely entertaining. He speaks well. He presents himself well. You don't have to worry about him doing something stupid out on the street, costing himself a fight right before. I mean, to me, I feel like sure, he's somebody, if you're going to stake what you're going to stake on as far as bringing him into your promotion, I think he'll be a good addition if they did decide to sign him. Overall, though, I don't see him as of right now beating any of the top 5 or 6 people, especially in the tournament.
No, but I mean, like I said before, UFC spent so much money promoting him and putting him out there at promotions and doing different things that, you know, your casual fan has started to, they know who he is. So that could help your promotion, putting him somewhere on the card, finding somebody for him to fight, just making him part of it. I mean, how much is that worth? You know, who knows? I don't know what he was making in the UFC. So, but I know like Golden Boy probably has deep pockets. So I guess it would just depend on what his expectations are for making money, right?
Yeah.
So, but I don't think if Bellator signed him, I think it'd be cool. There's another name that people are familiar with. Throw him somewhere on the card. I don't think it's bad.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that exclusive content of Sammy and the Punk. Also, hit these videos for more exclusive content and hit the subscribe button on the bottom corner.